I chose Pool Scouts because it kind of revolves around my profession. I'm a video producer. I have my own production company. And as you know, with the coronavirus and COVID that had shown up the past year, my business went to literally nothing because I do live sporting events. And that was one of the things that I thought would never happen because, 9/11 happened. What came back was sports. And, when you have the recessions and inflation and things like that, what's usually there? Sports. Well, I had to kind of search for something that, I could do outside of that to provide for my family. So I started looking around. A lot of buddies and I, college and high school buddies, thought that we might get together and do something. And then that never panned out. So then I started looking at franchises, and I like the outdoors. I love to hunt and fish. I love to hike and bike. My family likes to do those type of things, hike and bike. And I started looking, and Pool Scouts showed up, and going through one of those Franchise Gator emails, and found them there. They were a top 500 company in the franchise industry. And I looked at it, and I started looking a little bit more. Now, I've never cleaned a pool. And I've never owned a pool. My friends have, but it felt right just for the simple fact that I was going to be able to be outside. It was something that, it was a service that people needed, much like your lawn service. And it just felt right, and started doing a little bit more research and digging down a little deeper into the website. And it felt right, so I decided to dive in. My whole process started with Timothy on the phone, and every step of the way, I started gaining more and more confidence with the decision that I, ultimately made. And it really revolved around the people that I was meeting, from the steps with Timothy to the meeting the team, from the top down with Michael, Lindley, Tiffany, Carl, the two Chris's. It really felt like a family. It really felt like everybody was in this to win it. And it really felt like a true team approach. And the more I started diving into it, the better I felt about the potential decision I was going to make. And once I finally got to meet Michael and Lindley and everybody here, Carl, they really care about you. They want you to succeed. They want you to rise, and it's a team approach. And I've been with organizations that it hasn't always been that way, but here it felt truly like a family, everybody pulling for you and wanting the best for you. And then the systems that we've gone through this week, being able to go out to the pools and actually clean pools, and talk about the balancing and the chemistry of a pool. I mean, it has been a great experience. The first week was the Zoom calls, and then the next week was in person. And it's been Michael has done a great job with his team. From the top to bottom, everybody cares about you, and they're bringing their best for you in your territory. With training, my first week was in the Zoom calls, but you have to be certified before you come to the next week. And I mean, that was the basis and foundation of setting the stage for week 2 in Virginia Beach. So I started learning about chemistry and about pools, which I had no clue about before this. Never owned a pool, never cleaned a pool. But that first week was a great foundation, going through marketing, operations. That set up the next week, which was in Virginia Beach. And we spent a couple days doing a lot of preparation with the balancing and chemistry of a pool, but then we got to go out. And that was the cool part. We actually got to go out and clean pools. And, Carl he's a maniac. I mean, that guy knows everything about a pool, and he orchestrated the week really nicely along with Chris, and it was a great setup for me to learn as an individual and a franchisee. Perfect pools, Scouts honor.